Jó reggelt kívánok! Hogy vagy, jó? Boy, another day. I was going to wake up today and say another day, another mass shooting. And then I woke up. And then I woke up and as I often do, I grab for my phone because I've got nothing else to grab for as I lie there in bed. I grab for my phone and I see a headline on Fox News, something like, you know, 100 dead or something like that. And I'm thinking, what? And I open up the article and, I read that America had its second mass shooting in less than 24 hours in Dayton, Ohio. And I'm thinking to myself, goodness gracious, goodness gracious. And what do you say? I mean, it's become part of the norm of our society. These mass shootings. It's just crazy, and I don't want to dwell too much on the topic of mass shootings, but it's just I wonder what people around the world, and there are people around the world that watch my videos. What do you think of America? When you turn on your tellies, I think that's what you call it over there in England and what have you. When you turn on the telly and you see this kind of stuff, just I know it happens everywhere, to some extent or another. Bad things happen everywhere, but this on the scale that it happens here in the United States and the frequency. What do you think? What do you think of our society and our culture and what have you? It's just not a good thing. But anyway, I that's good. I woke up in crisis mode today. I woke up and now I got these comments coming on again, and I've been turning off the comments, but I kind of like I kind of like hearing the comments, but the comments distract me. The comments. Trump needs to stop running his mouth. Enough is enough. That's okay. Anyway, that's why I don't turn on the comments. Okay, that's why I don't turn on the comments. Trump wasn't running his mouth. What was it? More than 3 years ago. I don't think mass shootings started when Trump came into office. Okay, there were mass shootings before Trump came into office. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but there were mass shootings before Trump came into office. So pull your head out of your ass, okay, and get real, okay. So anyway, but what was I gonna say? See, you see, that's why I don't do the live comments, because they take away from what I want to, the thoughts that are on my mind, so to speak. And that's why I take off my glasses too. Take off my glasses, because then the comments come up and I can't read them because I'm as blind as a bat. But anyway, I woke up in crisis mode today because I went to I like to have my coffee first thing in the morning. I like to have my coffee first thing in the morning, mm, and I went to reach into my little drawer for my Starbucks instant, Starbucks on the go, so to speak. And I went to reach into my little thing for my Starbucks instant, and it was empty. It was empty, and I kind of freaked out because I'm in the woods, and there's no stinking Starbucks around here, And I'm thinking, what the hell am I gonna do? And then I remembered. Then I remembered this little thing. I remembered that I had this little percolator, down in my little storage, and I had brought some ground coffee, so I made coffee the old-fashioned way, so to speak. I percolated it. Isn't that what they call it? They call it percolating, but And then yesterday, somebody asked me, what is the little cookies or something that I have, when I have my breakfast. And there you go. You see, Costco. And nutrition facts is serving size is 2 cookies. 2 cookies is 160 calories, and it's 8 grams of sugar. I look at that stuff. Believe it or not, I look at that stuff. And I'm a little bit strange in that when I go to have my morning biscotti, I kind of eye the biscottis. I kind of look in there, and I look to see which one has got the most almonds. Like this one ain't got any almonds in it. So I put that back. That goes back to the bottom of the barrel. And then I'll go in and, ooh, this one, that's got a couple almonds. Can you see that? Both sides. Call me crazy. I guess that's fair to say. And then I always try to cheat a little bit. I always take, I always look for a little bit of a broken one. I'll have like maybe 1.5 biscotti or something like that. 1.5 and maybe something like that. So I cheat a little bit with my biscotti. But this is one of my rare indulgences each day. This is my rare, pardon me. We're talking with my my mouth open. But anyway, it's the other thing that drives me nuts. And I saw this yesterday. I was in the general store yesterday here in Stanley, and there was a woman with her daughter walking out of the store, and her daughter was beautiful. Her daughter was just like drop dead model beautiful, something like that. But as she was walking by, I noticed she was chewing her gum like a cow chews its cud. She was walking by like that. And I'm thinking, my God, as beautiful as she is, I could never, ever want to date somebody. Never, ever want to date somebody that chews their gum like a cow. It just drives me nuts. I chew gum all the time, but I don't chew it like a cow. Anyway, oh my goodness. Doing these morning videos is not without its challenge. To put yourself out there in front of a camera such as I do, and to just ad-lib it. It takes a certain amount of cojones, if you know what that is. It takes a certain amount of cojones. It takes a certain amount of craziness, if you will. It takes a and it's not easy. It's not easy to just turn on a camera and just ad-lib your thoughts as I do. But I do my best. And last night I was sitting by the fire last night, and I was thinking about these videos, and I happened to go over to Skip Smith's channel, and I was looking through Skip Smith's videos, just scrolling the list, and each and every video that Skip uploads gets a minimum of several hundred, if not over 1,000 views, which is really saying something. The fact that when I upload a video such as this one, I might get 150, 200, 300 views, something like that, which is all well and good. But Skip Smith, he'll get over 1,000 views, and I attribute that in great part to the fact that he's talking about the villages every day, and there's enough people interested in the villages. There's enough people interested in the villages that they tune into his channel. But what I found myself thinking yesterday was the fact that through my videos, I'm actually connecting people. There are people that communicate with each other. Oh, maybe not to any great extent, but there's people that communicate with each other through my videos. So, in many ways, I'm uniting, I'm connecting people together, and that's a good thing, right? I would think that that is at the end of the day, that is a good thing. But anyway, what else is on my mind? Somebody made a comment yesterday. Yesterday started out as a really rough day for me. I mean, it started out as a great day because the people in this camping spot were leaving, and it's such a beautiful spot. They were leaving, and I thought to come in here, and it was a little bit easier said than done because the ground wasn't perfectly level. And as I sit here talking to you, I can feel myself on a little bit of a slant. Not very much, but enough. Yeah, I can feel myself on a little bit of a slant. And getting in here, it was just a hassle. I damaged the tire on my camper, and I don't want to drive down the mountains to Boise tomorrow. With the tire that could blow out, and my camper could just go crazy and go off the side of the cliff. And you wake up and you think, where's Tom? Where's Tom? But anyway, so there's a garage in town that's going to swap out my tire tomorrow. I've got a spare tire for the trailer, and I'm going to swap that out before I go down the mountain roads to Boise. But anyway, I was somebody had made a comment, something about my video that the camping life isn't for them. They saw me having the troubles that I was having, and I said, boy, just seeing what you go through, I don't think camping would be for me, and what have you. And I got to tell you that this lifestyle is not necessarily for everyone. And for me personally, being on the road as long as I've been on the road, I've been on the road now well over 2 months. Well over 2 months I've been on the road. And when you plan a trip and anticipate a trip like this, you have such fairy tale visions. You have such fairy tale visions of the trip and everything going so well, and just living happily ever after and all that type of stuff. But the fact of the matter is, life doesn't always go your way. Life doesn't always go your way, and not everything always goes right. And you just got to kind of, when you go through life, more times than not, you remember the good times more so than remembering the bad times. The bad times tend to find their way to the back of your memory. The good times, you remember the good times in life more than anything else. And as far as this trip goes, I've been on the road a long time, 2 months. 2 months, and now I think it's been about a month since the LTC left. But it's it's give and take. It's give and take. I mean, I pulled up yesterday to Stanley Lake. If those of you saw that video, I pulled up to Stanley Lake, and I couldn't believe it. It was just breathtaking. It's breathtaking. And for people that say, well, camping's not for me and traveling's not for me, you know what? You can wake up in the morning and turn on your computer and see a screensaver of a place like Stanley Lake and say, ooh, that's beautiful. But it's a different thing when you pull up to a place like Stanley Lake in person, and you get out of your car and you walk around and you smell the sense of nature, and you see an older gentleman sitting there in a lawn chair with a little umbrella and his little grandchild in his lap, making memories and all that type of stuff. You don't experience that sitting at home. I woke up this morning I woke up this morning and I looked up my outside my window. The window's overhead, and I see blue sky with a couple little puffy clouds and a pine tree, and I can hear the river going by, and it's peaceful, you know. Let the rest of the world go to hell in a handbasket. The rest of the world can go to hell in a handbasket, you know, for all I care. You know, I've got my little uh, beautiful, beautiful spot here, you know. So, anyway, hmm, those are pretty much my thoughts for the day. It is I, today I'm going to I pretty much have my trip planned out for the coming week. I plan everything. So tomorrow, I think I'm going to leave here, and I'm going to drive down to Idaho City. Idaho City. Google that. Idaho City Hot Springs. Idaho City is about an hour outside of Boise, probably about 2 hours from here. And Idaho City is has a beautiful, beautiful spa. For 20 bucks, you go in and you can soak your weary bones all day long. And and I'm gonna go down to Idaho City, and I'm gonna find a place to camp, and I'm gonna camp probably for a night, Monday night, and I'm gonna enjoy the hot springs. I'm just gonna I'm gonna enjoy the hot springs, and in doing so, I'm just gonna relax a little bit, and then Tuesday I'm gonna mosey myself on into Boise, Idaho. I have a client that retired to Boise, and I may look him up. His name's Perry. Perry and his wife Lisa. I may look them up. But Tuesday and Wednesday night, I'm going to be in Boise. And then Thursday, I fly into Sacramento and I make Christy. And I'm anxious to meet her. It's kind of an interesting thing. I met her online, and we talk every day now. We text little nice messages back and forth to each other, and you know, how are you, and good morning, and you know, all that kind of stuff. And you know, it's just she seems like a really, really nice gal, really, really nice lady. She is same age as myself, and she's American. You know, I mean, I'm bucking the, what is it, the pattern, or the path, or the whatever. You know, I mean, I'm somebody, I know somebody out there is saying, Tom, you're wising up. You know, you're wising up. You know, both American and your age. So anyway, we'll see. As I said in my video yesterday, I don't have huge expectations. I have hope. I have hope. You know, there's a difference between having an expectation and having hope. Hope is a beautiful thing. Hope is probably one of the most valuable things you can have as a human being, is hope and faith. You know, if you've got hope and you have faith, then you don't need too much else. You know, hope and faith are two of the greatest things. Matter of fact, I told Ken when I was staying with Ken in Gardnerville in Reno, we were having dinner one night, and I was telling him, I said, you know what I think is one of the greatest challenges we face as a civilization right now, is that humanity has lost hope. We've lost hope. We've lost hope in a brighter tomorrow. You know, the people, it doesn't matter whether you're young or old, I don't think people have a lot of hope for a bright tomorrow. I don't think, you know, I mean, with everything going on in this world, you know, with everything happening in this world, and everything, people are slowly losing hope. They're losing hope in a bright tomorrow, a bright future. And when you lose hope, you know, you don't have much else. You drive down the road, and you pull up to a red light or a stop sign or something, and you see somebody, you know, with a sign begging for food or something like that. Oftentimes you can look in their face, and you can see you can see whether they're a you know, oftentimes you know, maybe you'll see somebody that's there that's a drug addict trying to support their habit and stuff, and you don't necessarily, well, they have hope. They have hope that they're going to get their next fix, is what they do. They have hope that they're going to get their next fix. But oftentimes you come by and you see somebody there with a sign, and they're not there because they're looking for their next fix. They're there because they're honestly looking for their next meal. And you look in the face of one of those people, and you don't see hope. You see hope. It's just gone from their face, and you look at something like that. When I look at something like that, my heart just sinks. To see somebody without hope is just it's not a pretty sight. And that's where humanity is these days. Humanity has lost hope. They've lost hope for a bright tomorrow. And who knows what time will tell. Time will tell what will happen in the coming years. But I just hope and pray. I hope and pray that I just I hope and pray that I can weather the storm, so to speak. But you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to take that bike off the bike rack. I'm going to put on my cycling gear and my new helmet. And I'm going to go and park my truck just off the highway by the road that will take me to Stanley Lake. I'm going to put some John Denver on. Put some John Denver in my earbuds. And I'm going to ride through the beautiful forest, listening to Sweet Surrender and Poems, Prayers, and Promises and Country Roads and Calypso and all those songs. I'm going to go take a beautiful bike ride right through paradise, and I'm going to go down to Stanley Lake, and I'm going to stand there by the lake, and I'll probably say the Our Father. I'll probably say, My Father who art in heaven, and thank the Lord for another beautiful day. Then I'm going to come back. I may do a little work here, and then I'm going to go to Redfish Lake. I may go out on a boat on the lake, but tonight they have a concert. Tonight they have a concert right there at the marina, right there at the lake, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to take my lawn chair, and I'm just going to maybe I'll pack a picnic, and I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to have a really, really nice evening. So anyway, with that in mind, I will share let me share the view with you. I don't want to deprive you of, if I can open this up. Whoops. John, $2. I don't know what the $2 is. You're aware of the present, so good. What brand of coffee do you? Instant coffee. I don't have a particular brand. I'm reading through the comments. John OC, thumbs up. Skip did a live video yesterday with 150 people on it. Yeah. What about cracking gum? That sends me ballistic. Oh, as well. The correct pronunciation is biscotti. Biscotti. Okay, thank you, John. I'm all about constructive criticism. Well, look at that. I guess John donated $2 for me. John, thank you. I think that was you that gave me $2, but thank you. I can't say that I've gotten a lot of donations. Skip Smith taught me that. Skip Smith taught me that you can put a little button on your thing and people can buy you lunch, so to speak. So anybody out there wants to buy me lunch, there's a little thing on my YouTube channel, but it says, I think it says buy me lunch, but you don't have to do that. But look at this view. Isn't that something to wake up to? And you know what's interesting? If I can show you this, if you look just off in the distance there, you see that little green bike? So there's my truck, and then there's like a little green bike. I came home last night, and there was some guy just sleeping on the grass. He didn't have a tent. He didn't have a stinking tent. He didn't have anything. He was just sleeping on the grass. You know, I guess he's road tripping it or something. He's kind of road tripping it across America. But look at this view. So this may not be everybody's cup of tea, but you know, waking up to the sound of the river, and I don't know how long the connection will stay. It seems like I've got a good connection down here. But look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Just beautiful. Just beautiful. And there's my little camping spot. Just situated. You know, I could easily stay here. I could easily stay here for a few of my friends hiking this morning. Yeah. A few of your friends hiking across remote places of Europe. I'd like to take the trail through Spain. You know, there's a famous hiking trail that goes through Spain, which would be rather nice. Europe is a magical place. You know, Europe is fresh trout. Yeah, if I could catch a fresh trout. But Europe's a magical place. I mean, America has got so much beauty and diversity in and by itself. But what Europe has that America doesn't is the diversity of cultures. There's so many different cultures. So here is the look at this. You know, I don't know how long this connection is going to last. I think that's him sleeping right there in the blue. I don't know. Maybe I should ask him if he wants a biscotti. Okay. But isn't this something? Okay. All right, folks. I need to get on with my day and let you all do the same. So have a great day, everyone. All right. Take good care.